quite difficult to know how to summarise today because there has just been so much information, so much kind of just really interesting points. Sarah, talked for an hour this morning, then answered questions for 30 minutes. I mean, she just said so many things that I loved. I mean, being feral. We talked about ferals this afternoon in one of our workshops. Battle scarred. The knowing when to say no, learning how to say. I mean, I probably shouldn't admit this in public, but I actually once bought £300 worth of fish because I actually didn't know how to say no to the guys that had come around the door, and then maybe that's why my first marriage broke down, was because we won't get. So something else that she mentioned that I thought was really, really very important was she talked about having dug her own square hole for her square pegness. And I thought that was really fascinating. There's a suggestion that possibly autistic women are better at creating their own routes to employment. And I think that's something to really think about when you're, parenting or working with younger people, that, actually encourage that creative idea, that kind of confidence in themselves, that maybe they'll end up building their own business or creating their own route to employment. Thought that was interesting. Just a reminder that we did actually have a wee challenge from this morning about coming up with the perfect tagline for, autism, when people say, oh, but you don't look autistic. So I don't know if anyone's come up with anything, but if you have come up with something brilliant, then please write it down and stick it on the wall, or send it to us at the Swan Facebook page, or email us, because that would be quite good fun, I think. Then we had Bill, I'm sorry your time was so short, because it was obvious that you had an awful lot that was really, really interesting that we all wanted to hear, and we just ran out of time. So we'll just need to do something else at some point. Claire, are you still here, Claire? Claire, thank you. Really, really interesting and really practical, which is just, fantastic. So all the kind of information from the workshops will be fed in. The recorders have been recording, we've been writing things down, we're going to pull all that information together. But certainly things like the hierarchy of the autism hierarchy of needs in our workshop, we were saying how brilliant it was to have something that was kind of practical, visual, which broke down our life's needs into things that were very easily digestible in a way. I don't know if that's the best way of describing it, but I hope you've all got a lot out of it. I hope you all walk away today feeling that you've had a really good, positive day. We talked in our workshop as well about the importance of not underplaying the difficulties and challenges, not trying to push any of that under the carpet. It's not all about happy, but it is about having a good hard look and challenging the negative narrative of autism. So we stop talking about deficit and disorder, and we start talking about solutions, what can be done, strengths, assets, and build that language of positivity and ability, achievement. I want to say huge thanks, big thanks. I'd really like to say thank you to all the women who have kept Swan going over the years. I want particularly to thank Lynn Moffat, who's been an absolute stalwart right from the beginning of Swan in 2012 and has never wavered in her support. She's just been there, both as an actual practical support for Swan. I don't know if she's still here. She's dying of embarrassment somewhere. And also personal support for me. But Swan has been made up of an awful lot of women throughout a lot of years, and it absolutely is very much about those women. It just wouldn't be surviving if there wasn't that kind of passion and commitment. Ronnie, who's been running the Glasgow meetups for quite a long time now. Sonny, who's one of the people that runs the Edinburgh meetups, but so many different women. Jane, who's had lots of input over a period of years. So many women have contributed to Swan in so many different ways. Charlene Tate for Scottish Autism, and obviously has been absolutely fantastic, and who employs me, which is nice. And but is a great supporter of Swan. Is on our board of trustees, who has directed funds to actually ensuring that this event took place, who has given staff time in the form of Kerry-Ann in particular, who has worked incredibly hard to put today's event on, and Annette Pyle and the Scottish Government, who underwrote today's event effectively, and also Inspiring Scotland to Llewellyn. So, you know, we're having a lot of support, and huge thanks to all of the people that came today to help facilitate the workshops. And Actors Recorders has also been invaluable. We couldn't run events like this if people didn't kind of give their time and their energy and their support. So that's brilliant. I've forgotten something. I didn't write it down. There's something else I have to say. Is Kerry-Ann here to help me out?
Is it evaluation?
Evaluation forms. Thank you. It would help if I read my pack, wouldn't it? Thank you, Charlene. Please, we'd be really grateful if you could fill out your evaluation forms, because it does help to inform us, you know, what we've got right, what we haven't got right, you know, what we could do in the future. Okay, I think that's it. All I've got to say is, yeah, thanks very much for coming, and hopefully see you again at the next one.